replace for the force system by an equivalent resultant force and moment acting at point A. So gusto daw natin makuha yung equivalent force system nito, which is the resultant force and resultant moment na mag-act sa A. Example, parang ganyan. So resultant force dito and then resultant moment dito sa point A. To solve for those two values, kailangan muna natin isolve yung resultant. To solve that, kailangan natin yung mga concentrated forces. Pero hindi ito naka-concentrated forces. Anong gagawin natin? Basically, i-convert natin itong distributed load na ito into a concentrated force. Quick overview lang. Pagdating sa distributed loads, meron tayong dalawang configuration yan. Pwedeng uniform. And itong distributed load is usually in terms of force per linear unit. Example, kilonewton per meter. Another one, the configuration ng distributed load is the varying distributed load. Wherein, as you can see, nag-iiba yung magnitude niya with respect to the length. Yan. And kailan ba nagkakaroon ng ganitong mga types of load? Basically, nagkakaroon ng ganyan kapag hindi mo na may represent yung isang object as a concentrated load. Kagaya nitong mga books na binubuhat ng shelves, no? Hindi naman yan nag-act at a certain location lang. It is distributed. Kaya kailangan i-represent natin din siya as distributed. And para ma-convert itong distributed load na uniform into a concentrated force, basically kukunin lang naman natin yung kanyang area. Kapag kinuha natin yung area niya, equal na yan sa force. Okay? So kung titingnan natin yung unit, ang area ng uniform load na to is equal to base times height. Ang base natin is yung length, which is in terms of meter. And then yung height natin is the magnitude of the load, which is, ito no, kn meter. So cancel, final unit natin dito, kn or force. And again, take note, itong resultant nitong uniform distributed load na to is hindi nakalocate kung saan-saan na. This is located sa gitna ng shape, L/2. Next, para sa varying naman, usually nakikita natin yan sa mga roof, mga ganun, no? Yung mga CHB doon. Varying siya, hindi talaga siya uniform. To convert this into a concentrated load, kailangan lang natin kunin yung kanyang area, which is just equal to 1/2 ng base times the height. Yung base natin dyan, again, is the length. Ang height natin is yung magnitude or yung W. And itong resultant force na is hindi located kung saan-saan. Again, located yan sa tinatawag nating centroid, denoted as CG, na i-discuss naman natin later down the line. Take note na lang na yung force na yan is located 1/3 ng length from the flat side. Kapag galing ka naman sa pointed side, that is 1/3 ng length. Pakikabisado na lang dahil madalas yun na yung gagamitin throughout your studies sa engineering. Okay? So, now that is clear, punta naman na tayo sa calculation. So, again, solve muna natin yung resultant. And alam natin, the resultant force is just equal to the square root of Rx squared plus Ry squared. So, let us first solve for the Rx. As we can see, walang horizontal forces dito. So, 0 lang yan. Next naman is yung Ry. Summation of forces vertical. Considering upward positive. Pero again, wala pa tayong concentrated force dito, no? So, let us convert this into concentrated force. Unahin natin yung triangle na to. That is just equal to 1/2 ng base, which is 6, times the height, which is 150. Ito daw yung 150. If this is in feet, and ito naman is pound feet, so cancel, final unit, pounds. Next, i-convert naman natin itong distributed load na to into a concentrated load, which is just equal to the base times the height, equal to 1/2 final unit, pounds. Yan yun na. We can now proceed sa Ry. So, summation forces vertical tayo, upward positive. So, this would be negative 450. Ito naman, negative 12. Okay, wala nang ibang forces, so calculate lang natin yan. Therefore, makukuha natin is negative 1650. To solve for the resultant, isalpak lang natin si Rx and then si Ry. Makukuha natin is negative 1650. Pero siguro sa calculator nyo ang lumabas positive, ano? Okay lang naman, pero mas okay kapag kasama yung sign. Kasi itong 1650 is just the magnitude. Itong sign will give us the direction. So kung mamanu-manuhin natin yan, 0 squared plus negative 1, 650 squared. So, mawawala na yan. And itong square na to magka-cancel out with the square. So the resultant is negative 1650. Ibig sabihin ng 1650 negative, meron tayong magnitude na 1650 going downward. And tama naman, di ba? Dahil yung forces natin going downward, marapat lang na dapat yung resultant natin should be going downward din. Okay? So, how about the direction? Kung gusto mong isolve yung direction niya or angle niya, salpak mo lang yung negative 1,650 and then 0. Pero actually, walang lalabas, no? But error ang lalabas sa inyo. Pero kahit na hindi na natin kunin yung angle, kitang-kita naman na the resultant would be going vertically downward. Pero pag trip lang natin kunin, pwede natin gawin is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 natin yan. And then ang lalabas yan would be roughly 90 degrees. Negative. Pero kung sa tutusin, pagdating sa parallel force system, hindi na natin kailangan yan. Same with this one and this one. Pwede mo na i-recta na i-equate, yung resultant is just equal to Ry. Ito lang actually kailangan natin dyan. Ipinakita ko lang yung iba so that ma-realize nyo na to solve for the resultant of a force system, laging Rx, Ry, Pythagorean, and then inverse tangent lang yung ginagamit natin. Kahit na anong force system pa yan. I hope gets nyo yun. To solve naman yung resultant moment at A. So, actually hindi pa natin alam yung direction niya kung clockwise or counterclockwise. No? Nilagay ko lang muna yan dyan. Anyway, masosolve naman natin. Ano? So, to solve for the resultant moment about point A, that is just summation forces times distance. Considering clockwise positive. So, unahin natin itong 450 that will rotate in a clockwise manner based on our imagination sa point A. So, positive 450. And ang moment arm niyan, dahil nanggaling tayo sa pointed side, this would be 2/3. So, positive 450 times 2/3 ng 6. Next, itong 1-2 naman, no? In our imagination, it will rotate in a clockwise manner from point A. Therefore, that is positive. And ang moment arm niya, ito. Meron na tayong 6 dito. And then, itong distance naman na to is kalahati ng 8. So, positive 1-2 times 6 plus 1/2 ng 8. Calculate. And this is now our resultant moment at A. Positive ang lumabas. Ibig sabihin yan, clockwise yung ating resultant moment. Okay? So, I hope clear yung explanation natin.
Nice!